Supreme Court Justice Carpio, sir. Nani-order ang korte nga iuli na ni Marcos ang iyang mga nakaw-kaw nga mga ill-gotten wealth. Nga naman ni hantod karon mo magindi mauli.
Well, I think we should be asking the BIR commissioner during that period from March 9, 1999, when the Supreme Court said it's final and executory, why they did not do anything. And if they did something, they should tell us what they did. They owe an explanation to the Filipino people. But even then, it has come out now because Bongbong Marcos, the co-administrator of the estate, who under the tax code is legally required to pay the tax, is now running for president. So we have to ask him, you want to be president? Then you should be the model to the Filipino people in terms of paying taxes. Because without taxes, the country will not run. We cannot pay teachers. We cannot pave our roads or maintain our roads. We cannot pay our soldiers. We cannot pay our government employees without taxes from the people. And that's why the president must be the number one example, the model. But he has the biggest tax liability among all Filipinos.
Unya, nga nung gitugutan man na sila, sir, nga makadagan pa. Governor, congressman, Tuniagi, Vice President, karon presidente, nga nung gitugutan man sila nga makadagan, namdan sila mga kaso.
Because nobody questioned it. No, everybody was, they were not worried. But now that he wants to be president, and if you're president, you must be the model for the nation, and you must be the model taxpayer also. But if you are the biggest tax evader in the country, then who will now pay taxes to the government?
No. Nagana sir, interest man ni sa katawan sa Pilipinas, sabot ba nga failure ang atong justisya diri sa Pilipinas?
Shall pay penalties and interest. I mean, the assessment became final. Well, the interest is mandatory because the tax code says if you fail to pay your tax, you shall pay penalties and interest. I mean, the assessment became final sometime end of 1992. End of 1991. Because the BIR sent those notices of assessment from August to October 1991. And it becomes final 30 days after that. If you do not protest, they did not protest. So we can safely say that the assessments became final starting January 1, 1992, and the interest and penalties start to accrue from that date. The government will send notices to all banks of garnishment. All banks will be informed of garnishment. All banks will be informed that you owe a tax and all your bank accounts will be frozen. That's the biggest question, because nobody wanted to cross with them because they were in the Senate. They were governors. But, I mean, the duty of the government is to collect taxes equally. You know, if your parents die and they have money in the bank, you cannot get those funds until you get a BIR tax clearance. You cannot transfer any property until you get a tax clearance. State tax clearance. The register of deeds will not transfer the properties unless you, in fact, the heirs cannot get a single centavo from the estate of Marcos Sr. unless the estate tax is paid. They cannot get a single centavo because the number one creditor who must be paid above all others before the heirs get anything, the number one creditor is the government.
Sabot ba nga failure ang atong justisya diri sa Pilipinas?
They're running every election, spending money. Where are they getting this money? Yes, the government should have already auctioned off all the assets, including their house in San Juan, all their properties, and also send notices to all the banks. Any money in the name of Marcos Sr. or in the children coming from the account of Marcos Sr. should be frozen. Well, they will collect that if you are an ordinary person. But if you are a government official, you are a senator, governor, they will not collect it. How much more if you become president then? Can the BIR collect if you are now the president? That's gone forever. If
What
you are just an
happens?
ordinary
Okay.
businessman, they will collect that amount. Well, first of all, the BIR will garnish levy on all your real properties, garnish all your bank accounts.
Yeah,
If they
that's
do
the
not
most
get
obvious.
anything,
Yeah.
they can sue you criminally for willful refusal to pay the tax. There's a provision in the tax code. Willful refusal to pay the tax. And for the Marcoses, it's almost from the time the case became final, the decision became final, 1999, it's almost 25 years. That's willful already.
Okay, sir. Imo lang siguro parting statement kay medyo dool naman yun.
Fuel. Without fuel, the car will not run. Without taxes, the government cannot run. You cannot pay the military. You cannot pay the police. You cannot pay the school teachers. You cannot pave your roads. So the president must set an example. And everybody is saying now, pag siya hindi nagbayad, bakit ako magbayad? It's a very bad example. That has to be settled before election day. Thank you.